Greetings, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Next Chapter. In this episode, I want to talk about, what do we do as mothers when our children leave home? We spend a lot of time, all of our time, sacrificing everything for our children. We make sure they get to school, making sure they have their meals, taking them, where they need to go. If your children are like mine, they were cheerleaders. I was a soccer mom. I had a big Tahoe, and it was always full of children. But once they leave, what's next in your life? So today, I do have a special guest, which is going to tell her story of how she began, to do things differently after her kids left home. I think it's important to have a plan in place. When my daughters and my son left and I was there alone, I walked through the door the first time and I was shocked because my house was so quiet. And I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Well, today, and for my confessions, like I said, I have Candy here. You want to say something to me?
Yes. Hi. How y'all doing today? My name is Candy. I am a mother, single mother. Have 4 children. They're all grown now. So yes, I know what it's like to be a mother with children. I was the football, basketball, cheerleader mom also. And like you said, you go through your trials and different things, raising them, but you have to stay strong and continue to do things to let them know. Don't give up.
Yeah, that's true. So today I'm going to give you 5 steps of things that you could do to transition into you again. I read several articles about, what they call it, like the empty nest syndrome. But I picked these 5 things because those are the things that I did for me, and it works for me. Okay. And I run into people now, and they're like, Nikki, what you doing podcasts? Boo, that's on my bucket list. Hey, I'm going to try it. If it don't work out, scratch it off, go to the next thing. But you got to have the right attitude, Yes. So going forth, let's talk to Candy. She's going to tell us her confession time right now. So, okay, Candy. So let's start from the top. You said you had your first child at 19,
Yes,
correct?
I was 19. I had my first son. He was a little baby, preemie baby. So he stayed in the hospital for a while. So I had time to kind of get myself together to find out what I need to do since I got a whole nother person I got to take care of. So I was in beauty school at the time. So I went to beauty school while he was in the hospital. I would go to work and go to beauty school. And I finished. He was 8 months old. He got out the hospital when he was 6 months. I was 8 months. I finally finished beauty school. So I was able to get my license and start doing hair with raising the children. But at the same time, I had to work part-time jobs because the beauty business is a gambling business. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So I had to work part-time doing little odd jobs. Mervyn's, I worked at Mervyn's. I don't know if y'all know Mervyn's, but it was a long time ago. I worked at Mervyn's and I went to beauty school at night. And then I ended up, once I finished, I started being a shampoo girl at a salon for somebody. So that way I can get in the life of the salon. So, and then not even a year and a half later, I had my second son. So that was 2 kids, part-time job, and working in the shop. And then another 2 years, I had another kid.
Girl, what is it with you and number 2?
Well, I guess, hey.
2 years.
2 years. So they're all like 2 years apart.
Okay.
And then, unfortunately, after that 2 years, I had another kid, but he was premature and he didn't survive that. So he passed at 3 weeks old. So, that was a really hard thing to have to go through, but I had to stay strong for my other children because they didn't know no better. They didn't know the loss of a child. They didn't even get to meet him because he didn't get to come home. So I just stuck to my hair business and was building. I started off on the southwest side of Houston, which was very active area where everybody was getting their hair done before they paid bills. So I just stayed in the flow of it, making my money, taking care of my kids. I had a father that was very helpful. So I couldn't do all the football games. I couldn't do all the basketball games. So my daddy did it. I would like, Daddy, just hold me a seat. As soon as I finish my client, I'm on my way. So he helped me out a lot with the children's sports and activities. And then I had a lot of clients that'll be like, hey, can you go get the kids from the daycare? Can you drop them off at football practice? And they would do it for a discounted price of a hairstyle. But hey, you got to do what you got to do to take care of your kids and not lose yourself into raising them. So I didn't. In some ways I didn't, but at the same time I had to be stronger than what expected to be strong when you have children. No crying, no pouting, no whining. You just had to get up and do it, and that's what I did. And then 2 years later, 2 years after my son passed, I had another little girl. So she's the baby. She's 20. She's about to be 21. So
and she is beautiful.
She is it. When she got ready to graduate, I started celebrating. I had stuff all over the house. She kept saying, Mama, it's not your graduation. I said, yes, it is. It's my graduation, too. I am done. And she was kind of disappointed. I was taking all the, celebration off of her onto me because I was celebrating you finally finishing. Because I even went to college and got a degree in psychology just because I didn't know if hair was going to work out for me for the long term after the kids had left, or my body was going to work with it or whatever. So I did. I tried that for a minute, did counseling here or there. I did a lot of stuff. But the love of hair has always been in me since, I don't know, maybe 5 years old. So it's just what I stuck to. So, try to get my kids to get into the business, but no, they want to be doctors. They want to be teachers. They want to be mechanics. So,
yeah, they have to be their own person.
Yes.
I learned that the hard way.
I know, but when you got a business, you think they're going to help you out or come through and, hey, I'm going to pass this down to you. No. So now it's now all about me.
So what I will say is I met Candy back in the 90s. We were neighbors. And I don't know if I asked you about doing my hair, but let me tell y'all, she gave me my first Mary J flip, baby. You couldn't tell me nothing, baby, with that flip. And she always had so many clients. You're going to be there for a while, but it's worth the wait. My girl is talented. She even, made my wig I got on. Any wig you see me on, trust me, she made it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. So now the kids are off and gone. You raised, your baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your moment like mine? Like I said, I finally went home and went through the door and like, wait a minute. Nobody's here to greet me. What
yes.
when did that
well,
moment happen
that
for you?
came when I would just in the middle of the day and I'm finished working and I would go in another room and I'm going to want to come tell somebody about my day or laugh and joke about one of my clients or something that went on. And I go in there's nobody in there. I'm like, oh my God, who am I going to call? Are they going to come by to see me or something? No, but I decided, let me go find something else to do. So I started traveling because I've always wanted to travel, but I couldn't travel because I had the children. They had activities. I had to either pay a babysitter or I couldn't afford it. I had all the children. So I decided, let me go places I'd never been, and then I can be able to have somebody to talk to, meet new people, get new clients, network. So I started traveling. I just say, and now that I travel, I start bringing them along. They start wanting to follow me. So that was something I always wanted to do. And I'm able to do it without obligations of having to find somebody to stay to watch the kids, not being able to go to work or not working or something. So I can work around it. So traveling was one of the things that I've always wanted to do. So I started traveling. So that was like, hey, I got something else to do. I don't have to sit home and, wait on somebody to listen to me talk.
And that's the first step.
Mm-hmm.
Once your children leave home and you get that reality check, the next thing you should do is sit down and make some goals for yourself.
Yes.
Some things that you wanted to do, like you stated,
Mm-hmm.
but you couldn't do because you were raising your children.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you sit down and you write out a list of things that you want to do.
Yes.
So I did the same thing. I wanted to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
But I did that when my two oldest were in high school and they could watch my baby girl for
Okay.
me. So I checked that out. You know what I'm saying? So just make a list of goals and things that you
Yes.
want to do. Traveling is it. I traveled. Baby, I was in Mexico and everywhere else. Anywhere out there, somebody said, Nikki, you want, they couldn't even finish the sentence. Yeah, what time I need to be
Yes.
there. You
How much
know?
do I need to pack?
Okay.
Yes, that's yeah.
And you will feel lonely sometimes because you used to somebody being there.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't have to cook. I don't have to do anything.
Yes. The money I can spend on food, I can go buy me some shoes.
Oh, don't even speak that. Anyway, that we digressing.
Yes.
So, what did you do next?
Next, I was traveling and I was, I started a wig business. So my hair business has been good. It's been real good to me, but I was wanting to change styles all the time. I'm like, oh, I want red, I want blonde, I want to do a little blue here or there. So I started making wigs, just trial and error. Just like make wigs, and I started making them. So then I started, say, okay, hey, everybody's liking my hair, but not knowing it's a wig. So, hey, why I could just sell these. So everybody's liking it, so let me sell them. So I started my own wig business, which I able to do more of time wise. I can wake up at 3:00 in the morning, and my brain is just so constantly going on a business, So I like, hey, I can make this wig. So I started screenshotting pictures on my phone. So I just started making wigs and started building the business. I'm a single person that has this business. So I also started doing helping other people that started businesses, helping them network. Meaning, let's work together. Let's network amongst each other. So I started doing that, and I call that building brown beauty because I feel like we all need a little pick-me-up. We need somebody else to kind of help us, just our crowns, I call it. Let's just each other's crown. Let's look out for each other. So I started doing that on top of my wig business. So the wig business has really been working out for me, and I'm looking forward to it getting better. So
brown beauty, that's another thing you do.
Yes,
to help like beauticians or anybody
no,
with a business.
anybody that with a business, black business, brown business. When I say brown, I mean Hispanic or, in the nationality that, they don't get as much feedback or help from other people. So, hey, let's work together. So I did that. My daughter started a photography company. My son started a little clothing line. So I said, we could all network amongst each other. A lot of my clients had businesses, and I was like, let's build each other up. And so that's a networking thing that I did to kind of, it's easy to talk about when people come in and get their hair done, they're talking about their business. So I said, hey, it'd be good to kind of like network up amongst each other. So I called it Building Brown Beauty. And we just kind of just share each other's information on social media. And, if I have a commercial or anything that I'm going to do, I'm going to use other people that have their businesses, and we work together. So we can network among each other and share each other's stuff on each other's social media sites. So that's kind of...
Do you have a website for that?
No, I don't have a website for it. I just talk about it on my when I do my commercials or when I do my wig business or I travel a lot to do a lot of different things. So I do talk about it and try to get other people to come in so that way we can, get large in it, make it better for a lot of people. But it's something in the making, stronger in the making. Like I said, the wig business is so busy right now. So, because the weather changed to the cooler,
Yes.
a lot of people is loving to wear the wig. So, I don't want to neglect that, but it's in the making. I would need guidance and help with that too because of my business. So, I need some other people to kind of pull up and pick up where I can't come in at. So that'll be good. So that's another thing that I do to kind of keep it going because you need help. Everybody gonna need help. Maybe the kids can't help me, but that's where you got other people that's doing the same tactic as you. So those are like some steps I want to take to kind of make it better to where I don't get the empty nest syndrome. Keep myself busy.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
Yes.
If you don't have like maybe a goal, just like you can volunteer or do something like Candy did. I love that brown beauty.
Yes, I would love for you
We
to
most
work with me
definitely
on
gonna
that.
connect and do an event
Yes,
because my brain is at a whirlwind.
and that's what my daughter told me, that when your brain is like that, to keep paper and pen near you and just start writing stuff down.
I can't do that right now, but I want to. But yeah,
yes,
I'm gonna connect with you with that.
Yes,
because I know some other women that have businesses, and it would be nice to
Yes, and I think
Bring us
it,
all
it will
together under one roof.
I don't think it would cost if we work together. Like instead of us hiring a photographer, hiring a makeup artist, everybody is building on each other. So okay, the makeup artists come in, the hairstylists come in, you know, everybody comes in, and we all share each other. That's free advertising. So it's like we're all building together. We don't have to, you know, 'cause normally you have to pay people to do everything. But hey, let's you get free ads with that advertisement. I'm tagging you on everything. You tag me on everything. Hey, we working together. It's other people do it. Why not we do it?
That's true. We done digressed into a whole nother subject.
Okay,
So we
let's go
gonna
back.
reel it back in.
Okay. Sorry.
The really another important step is putting yourself first. Because like I said in the beginning, we make a lot of sacrifices. And this information is not just for women, it's for your single dads as well.
Yes.
But as parents, I should say, we sacrifice a whole lot. So at this point, that's your time to put yourself first.
Yes.
So you have to really think about what it is that makes you you.
Mm-hmm.
And that was hard for me because I was married, so I was a wife. Then I was a mother. Then I was an auntie. Then all of a sudden, all that's kind of, the mother is gone, so I may not see my niece and nephews as much because, children, they're going to spend the night at each other's houses. That's what I'm getting at. So once that's gone, then what? Where's Nikki?
Yes.
What is it that Nikki like? I had to really sit down and think about that. Did you? Well, you already knew what you were doing.
I knew what I was doing. But there's times I do get that, like, dang, what about? But I have so much stuff going on in my mind, so it kind of like it disturbs it. But it did, I was once a wife too, and I played that wife role too for a minute. But I was so much more of a mother that it just. And I'm not going to, just no lie, my kids still call me. They still ask for advice, and they already know the stuff. So they told me, we just need your assurance. And I'm like, okay. But I just kind of like you said, some of my goals, I wrote them down, and then I'll do them. Now, the eating better and taking care of my health was one of the things that I needed to do.
That is the next step, is investing in yourself.
Yes.
Other than, businesses and stuff like
Yes.
that. Because it's important to take care of your body.
Yes.
That's another thing you have to do. Self-care.
Yes.
Emotional care and physical care. That's the way I break it down in my mind.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm working on my inside out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that's not easy. Because when I was working multiple jobs, taking care of my children, of course, I wanted a quick fix as far as eating. We're not even talking about exercising. That was like dead. So
exercise was getting up going to work.
Yeah, exactly. Walking up and down the hall because I work in nursing. So walking up and down the hall, that was my exercise, which we know now, no, that's not exercise. Yes. But it's important that you take care of your health because you want to grow older. You want to see your grandkids. You got to take care of yourself.
Yes, you want to do the life that you couldn't do because of the children. And that's another thing. And you're right. I neglected my health a lot raising my children. When I said a lot, I mean I wasn't sleeping because I was so busy working. Like, really wasn't sleeping. You couldn't tell on the outside at all that I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't getting the rest that I needed. You couldn't tell by my eyes. People normally get bags on their eyes. You couldn't tell. They thought I was superwoman or something. But no, I would be tired. But I had to put on the show. My daughter was in the 11th grade, about to go to the 12th grade. She was summer of the 11th grade. That hit me. It hit me to where, hey, you're not taking care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, I have a way to show you. And I ended up getting sick. And when I got sick, I ended up going to the doctor, and he was trying to figure out what was going on. He had me do a sleep study, and he told me for the 48 hours of the sleep study, he said I never went to sleep. And I'm like, what do you mean I never went to sleep? I'm good. I'm real rested. No, your body went to sleep, but your mind never went to sleep. Your brain waves were all over the place. And I was like, huh? He was like, I need to take this medicine. I refuse to take medicine because I never want to take medicine. I don't want anything would knock me off of my path that I've been going in. I don't need nothing to put me to sleep longer than what I need to be asleep. I don't want to be tired. I don't want to walk around, and I don't want to get addicted to anything. So I didn't want to take the medicine, and I end up still going through those waves, my brain waves moving so much because I was so busy trying to get everything done before this girl get ready to graduate. And all of a sudden, I had a setback. And that setback put me down to where the kids might have had to take care of me. Like, they had to probably like, Mama, we're going to come back and live with you. We're going to take... I didn't want that. I got rid of them. I don't want them to come back. So I went ahead and I took the medicine that they told me to take. And it was something to help me rest. It was something to help me rest in the night, get the required amount of sleep that your body needs to reboot, because I wasn't rebooting. I was just going, never rebooting. And that ever since then, I've been fine. I get my well rest. So I had to take care of myself because I refused for the kids. I didn't want to make them feel like, oh, I got to go take care of her because she took care of us. And that would have neglected their goals and their dreams for their life to where back to square one. I got these kids in my house again. So I take care of myself. I eat better. I don't do no, fly by to, get me a burger at 11 o'clock at night and going to bed with heartburn. So I pretty much now, I do better in eating. I drink a lot of water. I try to walk in the mornings when I can. If I can't walk in the mornings, I'll go in the evening once I finish working. And that's because I feel like I'm my best caregiver. If I don't take care of myself, who else will? So I got to do it. And I feel so much better now. And it's almost part of my routine. Get up, hey, drinking some water and get on the track, walk. Even if I just walk 5 minutes, that's better than me just, stay in the bed and twiddling on my phone.
And we will do that. I know I will. And I'm like you. I never sleep, not a deep sleep. And I knew the difference when I went to the hospital and they put me to sleep. And I woke up, I felt like a totally different person because my body was rested. I wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
I'm always thinking, okay, I got to go to work. I got to do this. My brain is, like your doctor said, it's steadily going,
Yes.
And to this day, I have to turn the TV off. I have to turn my cell phone upside down because if I see that light, I'm like, ooh. And that's me. I'm steadily doing stuff.
Yes.
So I'm learning that sleep is important, but taking care of your body
Yes.
is very important.
Yes.
On previous episode, I talked about my cancer scare, but I didn't even get into my weight issue, So me working out and exercising, a lot of people don't understand, but that is something I'm doing for myself. And when I decided to get back on the right path, I said no distractions.
Yes.
I'm distracted. Oh, let me go help this person and do this. Let me go do this. Let me go do that. But I'm neglecting myself in the process.
Yeah.
So now I don't care what it is. If it's going to take from that hour to 2 hours that I take to work out, I won't. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yes.
And it was hard for me in the beginning to tell people no. Because
Yeah.
I'm so used to sacrificing myself for other people.
Yeah.
And that go for my children too. I'm sorry, boo. You grown. I got somewhere to be at 6 this morning. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah. And my kids remind me that too all the time. Mama, you gotta take care of yourself. And that kind of encourages me because I think they know you did so much for us. You could do it. You could take care of yourself. I had even at one point, I said, well, maybe I did good here. Texas has been lovely to me. I love it. It's good. But how do I know if this is where I want to be? Like, do I want to stay here? So I started traveling and going to other places, and I'm just loving it. And at the same time, my kids was like, Mama, it's time for you to, whatever you decide you want to do that makes you happy, don't worry about us. Don't worry about, because your happiness is your healthiness. Because if you're not happy, you can be unhealthy because you're so busy being unhappy and miserable. You eating bad, you going out doing things, putting stuff in your body to find happiness, and it's not your happiness. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna do whatever. Sometimes I do the eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I just go. I like and find me a little, even if it's just down the street. turn my radio on and I just go because I know I need to reboot, rethink, adjust to whatever. Because, I have the business, and the business is a distraction with, my health too. Because like you said, I might be working, like the holidays just passed. I worked all the way through the holidays. And people's asking me, you going to cook? No, I'm doing hair. It's no way I'm going to cook unless y'all want some hair in y'all food. So no, I'm not. I had to find out like, hey, take time, do you. And I've been just taking time doing me because I now can adjust that. With the hair business, I can adjust. I can work 48 hours of doing hair, not just constantly with no sleep, but just 48 hours. And I could take 24 of that and just say, hey, no work, no phone, no people, nobody. Just take care of me and eat right. Go out and just go outside and maybe walk the park, just fresh air. And this pandemic has really just thrown us off. But, we're going to be all right. We're going to make it through it. So.
That's very important, taking care of yourself. I can't stress that enough. Because when I kept my grandson, my oldest grandson, for the first time, and I hadn't had any kids in some years. My daughter worked 12 hours, baby. I was looking at that clock. I was waiting on. She worked 7 to 7, 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening, at night.
Yeah.
Woo. When he left, I got on the couch. I didn't get up till it was time for her to bring him back. I was tired. I said, I'm glad God gave me my children when I was younger.
Younger, yes. And you're able to at least
so
enjoy them.
And that exercise is important because, baby.
Yes, they will.
He had me on my toes. I think he was about 1, 2.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have a 2-year-old granddaughter, and she does. She takes me all through the house. I've been eating fake food for months. I was like, little girl, can I get some real food? I get fake strawberries, fake waffles. And they don't know you're tired. Mm-hmm. They don't understand that. You don't. So you're right. I gotta, stay healthy for them. Not that I'm gonna be ripping and running, putting on no skates and riding no bikes with them. But hey,
that's my next goal. I'm going roller skate. That's another step. Before we get into this conversation, that's another step. I read an article that said do things out of the ordinary, because as parents, everything is so much routine that your kids know your routine. So once they're grown and gone, switch it up. I don't know about roller skating though. Do something you wouldn't ordinarily do. I mean, I read an example of a road trip. Okay, I've done that, but now I'm ready to transition to something else. One day I'm gonna get on the ice skates. I ain't worked up enough nerve.
I've tried that.
Really?
I've tried it in Chicago, and I put the skates on. One of my legs was going one way, and the other leg was going up. I said, hey, And then the lady told me, you want a penguin? I said, ma'am, I don't want that penguin. With just that little penguin that the kids. I was like, no. I said, I told my friend, I said, get it later, her money back. I can't, I'm not putting these skates on. So I took me a picture with my skates on, and I took them off. But no, I think I will stick with the 4 wheels. Yeah. I've never even rollerbladed. That's just, I'm scared that I might fall on that. But, I don't know. I've been looking at people do these adult skate parties where it's all adults, and it's a skate at a skating ring, and it's I went to one in Dallas before, and it was nice. Didn't get on the skates though, but I went, and I just thought it was nice and sexy and fun to see grown people enjoying themselves without the stress of having to keep up with children. It was fun. So yeah, maybe that's be a party you can throw.
Yeah, I used to do like the play dates, for adults. So, but I never did one with roller skates. I would have like these different games and stuff you could play. Twister stuff we used to do as kids. So as adults, it's really funny because we know our bodies really can't do all that. But it's fun just to do something out the ordinary.
Yeah,
it makes you feel good on the inside. Just to laugh, like you said, have a good time. To
go back to your childhood or do things.
Network, like you said, you don't know who you run into in these different places. I've met all types of people.
Oh, okay.
Doing things like that.
I don't know about the roller skate, but we'll see.
Girl.
Like I said, that's a lot of body to be falling down.
You sound like me trying to do a plank or a push-up, girl.
No. Yes.
So what else? What other steps could you recommend for someone that may be?
Finishing raising children and starting a business or being in a business. It's difficult. You have to be dedicated and determined. You can't let negative things or fall offs discourage you to just continue going. I've had those. I've had, where I would make good money for a whole week and make no money for 4 days, but I couldn't give up. I'd had to, still do it. But I do encourage, if you do have, your bills and, steady lifestyle, working a part-time job I've had to do it. I've worked part-time jobs while still building my business, and I've had to do it because it's just how it goes. Right now, currently, no, I'm not working a part-time job. I'm currently doing just my business, started my wig line, and it's, full throttle right now. But to get to this point, I did have to work those side jobs. I've even worked for the railroad, and people look at me and look at railroad. Yeah, I did that, but, not long, but I did it. And that's how you do it. You have to also network, meaning just put yourself out there. Sometimes I've had to do free things, and it's okay. Currently, every once in a while, I might just donate a wig to a cancer patient because that makes them feel better, and they feel better. They'll tell their friends that's going through like transition with them. They'll tell them, hey, this girl Candy made this wig for me. So that also helps me also feel good on inside, making someone else feel good. And like I said, that's another part of being healthy. I feel good on the inside. I like it. So yes, I do encourage people to find something you like doing. Don't do something you don't like doing, because sometimes when you do something you don't like doing, it's stressful. It's waking up and on your way there, stress. You don't even know. We as Black women already don't know even what stress is, because it's part of our norm anyway.
Yeah.
This is our norm, but
Yeah.
we really are stressed, and it will carry in us later in the long run. At this point right now, like us, our age, after everything, and you wonder, this is not normal. This is not the normal. So we got to figure out, hey, how can you get past this and do this? So now I just kind of, find things that I like doing, not because I have to now. When the kids was, I had to do some stuff. Yes. I did try to work at a fast food. It lasted for a day. When the man told me to mop, I was like, you got 2 men working in there. You want me to mop? so I was like, no, that ain't going to work. But I do things that I like doing. I counseled for a while, and because I already do it. I'm a hairstylist. So, of course, you listen to people's problems all day long. So why not get paid to do it? So I started doing counseling. It's on the side of me doing, I even tried substitute teaching, but these some different kind of kids these days.
She said some different kind.
Oh my God, these are not the
what
same.
What age group?
Oh, I did all ages. I even tried pre-K 4 all the way up to high school. Seniors. I've taught at every grade level that it was in a substitute. Middle school was the one. The one that told me, don't go back up in there no more. Don't go back in there. The kid,
the middle school.
Oh, they was talking to me like I'm one of them. And I felt like I might end up going to jail if I come back here tomorrow. So I said, that's not for me. It's not something that I can do, because the woman that I could put up with back when I was younger, I might have could. But now that I'm older and I'm set and I've already got the things that I need, now I'm trying to get the things that I want. I don't got to listen to them children talk crazy to me, disrespecting me. So I said, no, I'm not going back up in that school no more. So now I find things that I want to do to make extra money on what I want to do. I want to travel, so let me go do jobs that I want to do, not something that I need to do. So it's good to always do something that you want to do. When I understand when you have children, you got to do what you need to do. And yeah, it might be some jobs that you don't want to take, but you got to take them just to get to where you want to be in building your business. So that's a good thing. Steps on how to continue, stay up, keep up, to keep from falling off. So,
I mean, I don't know what I was reading, but there was the article said that in order to be successful, you have to fulfill what you believe God's purpose is in your life. So that hit me like a ton of bricks. And I know everybody got their different religions, but I'm just saying that hit me like a ton of bricks. So in the beginning, I will say I've tried some of everything. I've decorating business, even tried makeup. Sorry, I cannot do these eyebrows. They look like little devil horns. I don't know. She said, baby, I'm going to give you your certificate or whatever, but you're going to have to work on my eyebrows. So I gave up on that. Then I went to the adult novelty business with the parties and this and that. And one day I was standing in the middle of the party and I said, this is not God's purpose for me. You know, I need to find something else. So I had to go back into my little book and said, okay, what is it that I like doing? This is how I analyze myself. I sat down and I said, what is it that I like to do? Like you said, I like helping people. So what is the way that I can help people and in a big way? And, you know, maybe make some money, maybe not. It wasn't about the money for me at that point. So I said, okay, well, let me try, you know, podcasting. I said, let me try to talk to people, you know. So I went and I ordered cameras and all that. And once I tried to put all that together, I was like, you know what? I need to find somebody else to do this because I don't know what I'm doing. And, you know. So I decided to start this podcast. And that's why I call it Confessions, because I want people to come on here and tell about some kind of issue that they're dealing with. And more than likely, I've probably dealt with the same issue. We can interact. We can talk about it. I can give, you know, people steps in how to help themselves, because that's important. Because sometimes when we get in situations, we don't know what to do, you know. So so I'm figuring I'm helping people by doing these. I know I'm not the best at this right now. I'm working on it,
good,
but you know that was my.
Well,
thing.
I mean, that's
so right now,
everything's
fulfilling
a
the purpose.
work is progress, and you won't know the progress until you learn from. You know, you got to learn from it. So yeah, and I
But
think that's.
I was about to say, you know what? I'm gonna stop this podcast. I sound like the Beverly Hillbillies. I'm not doing this no more. So I logged on my Facebook page, and this guy, the episode I did with cancer, he said, I really enjoyed that. It helped me. My wife dealt with cancer, blah, 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 blah. And I started crying, and I said, Lord, that's one person that I helped at that moment. And now I'm just hyped now. I'm like,
yes,
okay,
and
let me
that feels
keep going.
good. That felt good, just for him to tell
Just
you
that one
how
person.
much it helped him.
Exactly.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. One person, it'll take one person. And I mean, and I'm in the business of helping too. I like to help.
Yeah.
But
I
make
feel like
people
you
feel
make feel
better.
good. Yeah.
But that's the same thing you just did. You made him feel better. He needs somebody else to know what he's been going through and what his wife has been going through. Because people think they're all going through it by themselves.
Yeah,
but
that's
you'll
true.
never know unless you hear from somebody else saying they've been through it too. So yeah, I don't think you should stop. I think you should keep going, change, you know, go with your different, let people, sometimes just let people, hey, it's open. The mic is open, talk. Let me know how you feel. And that'll help somebody else that's listening and that's watching and like, oh, for real? I thought I was the only one that was going through this. So yes, I don't think you should stop. I think you're doing good. And I'm proud of you because like I said, I've been knowing you for a long time. And you know, back then, I wasn't knowing what my clients was doing back then. All I know is I did their hair and I sent them on out their way. I didn't know if they was mothers. Sometimes I didn't know if they was, you know, professors, teachers, police. I didn't know what they were because they was coming in, get their hair done. There was so many clients at the time. This was back when money was lovely. People was coming in, getting their hair done before they paid their bills. But, you know, all day. And hey, and so I think you're doing good. And I like it. I like the way it helps other people. And sometimes somebody else's problem or somebody else's situation can make another person change their problem or their situation just from hearing it. So it's good.
I was just kind of saying that even though you may try to do some things and you may feel like you're failing, don't stop. Just keep doing it. You know, if you feel like there's a purpose in your life, you just keep going with that.
Yes.
You know. So now that you got your wig business, it's booming. I want to cry because she talking about moving to another state.
No, I'm not gonna
like, you going to mail me my wigs? How we going to work this out, girl?
No, I'm going to always be here. Texas has my heart and my grandchildren here, of course. I want to watch them grow up, but Texas will always be here. I just will travel a lot for the business, meaning I will network myself to where I can stay here in Texas and still be making, Florida money, Georgia money. I could still, so it's just, I gotta brand myself out to where I can make money when I'm asleep. That's my goal.
That's a goal, yes.
My goal is to not work forever. I don't want to work forever. I know everybody's body, every job has an expiration on the body, meaning, there's football players. They can't play forever. They can't be 65, 75 years old playing ball. I don't want to be 75 years old doing hair and my fingers all crampled up and crumped up. No, I want to make money while I'm asleep. I want to be able to work one day and made enough money that lasts me for a month. Hey, so it's possible. Just got to stick to it and stay dedicated. Now that I can without the extra responsibilities, without the extra, hey, should I go do this before I do that? No, let me take care of me. Take care of the things that I've wanted to do before I could take care of what everybody else wanted me to do. And I know a lot of people think that, hey, the hair business or business that you do with fashion and all that, it is another child that you're taking care of, which it is. Because I thought about that. I thought about that when I go on girl trips with my friends and I be like, I'm all dressed up and I'm cute. Then they come to, Candy, can you fix this? Candy, oh, could you fix? Wait a minute, hold up. I didn't come here to work. I come here to have a good time like y'all. So I thought about it. I'm like, is this the business? Am I doing something wrong? So I started putting me a tip jar. When I go out of town on my girls' trip, I got a tip jar. Y'all want me to fix y'all up? You better get your hair fixed up before I get dressed, because I don't want to smell like hair going out with everybody. And there go my tip jar. So it works out. But I still like doing it. I love the way people, when I finish my work, they get up, and they turn around, they look at me, and they smile. And that feels like I just made $1 million. And that's enough. That's what keeps me going. I love to make a person feel good about themselves, because sometimes they might be going through something and they need one pickup, and that pickup is just how beautiful they are. And they could be beautiful without the hair, but once they put that hair on, they feel just much more beautiful. And that's all they need to know. You're beautiful. You're successful. You have control over all the steps you need to make from the next rest of your life, the next steps of life, whatever. So that's what I like about doing hair. That's what keeps me going. So, and that's what's going to probably continue. I told my kids already, I make my wigs. I say, when it's time for me to go, make sure they put my wig on. I want the good wig on. I already got it set up and everything. So I love doing hair. So, and I started the wig business, and the wig business has been doing pretty good. Do
you have like a website?
Yes, I do. I have a website is www.candyscustomwigs.com. And you also can find me on social media. On Facebook is Hair by Candy, and on Instagram is Candy_by_Kandy Candy. So you can always find me. You can order from the website. You can, and the upside is up and running. And I also have merchandise coming out soon. I'm starting my own, clothing line with my logos on it. So check me out, and I do gift cards for anybody that would like to donate, a wig to a cancer patient, or, anyone that's suffering with any kind of forms of alopecia. So you can get the gift cards on the website, or you can contact me via social media, and I got you.
What is alopecia?
Alopecia is a form of hair loss. There's several ways you can get it. It's either a hormone effect, or it's a something that has to do with your papillas in your scalp. A lot of people, most people have it. They have it in the top of their head. Women, or they have it like probably down in the back, and they usually lose their hair, and it doesn't grow back. So some people just cut their hair off, but sometimes you want to change up. You get a wig. And my wigs are slip on and go. They're not, you ain't got to do all that glue and all of that. Hey, look at Nikki. So
I'm going to tell you, actually when we met, that was in the 90s. But anyway, to make a long story short, I saw Candy's face across Facebook. So I'm like, oh, okay. So when she told me she made wigs, I'm like, I don't know. I said, but I'll try, because that's my girl. I know it's going to be right. So I went to her house, she measured my head or whatever. So I thought, oh boy, I'm gonna try this. But when I put the wig on for the first time, I fell in love with it because it's not like the type of wigs that you buy at the beauty supply. And I'm saying that because I went one day after I've been wearing her wigs, I went back to the beauty supply to buy a wig, and I put it on my head and I took it immediately off. I was like, I don't want this on my head no more. So once you try a custom made wig, I mean, it is a whole different experience. I mean, I love it because it fits, as you can tell. It looks so natural. And this wig that I have on, I brought this wig in January.
Yes.
And I sent it back to the hospital to get washed and curled. But I've had this wig since January. I bought it for my birthday. It was one of my birthday gifts. So that self-care, saying that to say self-care is important too.
Yes.
So for me, part of my self-care is my hair. It is my nails. It is getting those pedicures and massages because that's for me.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, you have to.
So it took me a while to get to this place of learning how to be selfish to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But it had got to the point now where I'm good at it now. Mama got to go. What
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I rolled up one day and seen one of my daughter's car in my driveway. I was like, what's she doing here? Before I was looking for her. But then once I got used to being by myself, I was like, oh, what's she doing here?
Yeah.
But you know, that mindset will come in time. It may not seem like that, but it will.
Yes.
And as far as my son, when I took him to college,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so busy filling out the paperwork, doing all this transitioning, that I didn't have time to process what was really happening until we moved him in his dorm. I got back in the car. Then I started crying because I realized I'm leaving my son.
Yeah.
Like,
My
that's,
baby.
I'm like, oh my God, I was like crying like the first day of kindergarten. You know, he's
Yeah, I
a
didn't
grown
do
man
that.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it takes time.
It do. It do. But at the same time, I guess because it was so much, like me, it was so much to where I needed them to go on and be successful. Cause my oldest son, my mother passed when he was in college, and he wanted to quit. He wanted to quit, and he also wanted to quit when I left my husband. Me and my husband, separated, and he was like, "Mom, I'm gonna come home and help you take care of the kids." I said, "No, you're not. You're gonna stay there, and you're gonna go to school. You're gonna go to school, and you're gonna finish, because that's what Granny wanted you to do, and I got this." So he finished school. On my 40th birthday, my son graduated college, and that was
Always
like,
celebrate.
oh my God, it was like, it wasn't even, I didn't even care about turning 40.
Yeah.
I just was so happy that my son didn't give up and try to come help me and take care of the children.
Exactly.
And now his brother went off, and of course he told him, I'm supposed to take him with me. He going to college with me, and he's going to, because you're going to baby him. You're going to make him a baby. And I was like, you can't just come take this boy. He took him. And my son took his brother off and took him to college and put him in school. And both of them, they're best friends. They're not, so I thought about that too, because my boys were my fathers for my girls. They looked out for the girls. I didn't have to worry about little boys messing with my daughters because them brothers was on it. So, and then when the baby girl got ready to go off to school, they would come over and get up out this bed and get up and do something. Help your mama. And they was on her. They was on her. She left to go off to college so fast because she said, I'm tired of having so many parents. I don't need them to be my mama too. I got one mama. And so when she left, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm good, because I knew that they was gonna look out for her. Yeah. And they did. So yeah, I don't really miss the children being there, but I go through the thing. I did a troubleshooting with them. I said, I'm taking all phones. We're going to sit here. We're going to talk about how y'all going to troubleshoot before y'all call me. Because they would call me for stuff like, Mama, the washing machine broke. I'm not the washing machine fixer. But I was like, well, what do you want me to do? I can't fix it. Mom, I got a flat tire. I can't change no flat tire. So I had to do a troubleshooting. Do whatever you have to do before you call me and tell me, Mama, the information you gave me, it worked. That's what I want to hear now. So I'm in the process of now teaching them how to troubleshoot without calling me for every little thing. Like, mama, my hair came loose. I got you on that. That's fine. But other than that other stuff, fixing tires and your clothes not dry before you go to work, come on, baby. Y'all.
That's another thing I read too, but I experienced that too. You know, my daughters, my son, once he went off to college, I had to call and check on him. He called and check on me. He never, you know, Mom, I need this, or Mom, never to this day. I'm like, what you need? What you need, boy? Oh, I got it, Mom. You know, he's like that.
Yeah.
But my daughters, on the other hand, they were more, Mama, what, you know, what's this, or what, you know, they were more that type.
Yeah.
And I found myself going to do this, going to do that, but I was crippling them. Like, it killed me to just not do anything and let them take care of it, because I was so used to being that mother hen. That's a hard process.
Yeah.
You know, the article said that you have to learn to let them handle their own situation, because that's the only way they're going to be independent.
Yes.
You know, like you said, troubleshooting, y'all got to figure
You
it
gotta
out.
figure it out.
That's my famous line now, girl, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. My mind is, hey, do what you need to do now. Worry about what you want to do later. And they've been living by it. When they get ready to come, Mama, and they be like, okay, I'm going to do what I need to do. They so used to it now. So, only thing now I have an issue with is they